Down that road did you get in your mind about playing Ellie in a Last of Us film?
I think it just really felt like a big deal. The highlights of that time, going to Naughty Dog headquarters, I guess, and walking around with Neil and him showing me how the game is made.
Because Ellie still looks and acts like a 14-year-old from season 1, even though she's supposed to be 19.
I'm sorry. That was acting. That's what that was. I don't really care what happens with this movie. I really hope her career is pretty much over. I'd be thrilled to see that. I can't imagine. I mean, Christian, you tell me.
Joel, I think I found something.
Whoa!
What? No, nothing. It's just your forehead seems bigger than last season. I think I found a way through.
Like most people, I liked the first season. I thought they did a great job. Season 2, I was skeptical on them not recasting Ellie and keeping Bella Ramsey as Ellie because it's supposed to take place 5 years into the future, but obviously Bella Ramsey in real life was not going to age that much in, the 2 years it took between seasons. So in the show, Ellie still looks exactly the same, but is supposed to be 5 years older. Also, Ellie still acts exactly the same.
The Last of Us wasn't meant to be just another series. It was HBO's golden ticket, the show that would break streaming records, sweep award shows, and finally prove that video games could become prestige television. The cast? Packed with stars. The budget? Astronomical. The expectations? Practically impossible. But despite all the hype, no one saw the disaster coming. What's happening behind closed doors during Season 2 has turned into one of Hollywood's ugliest scandals. And at the center of this controversy, two names fans never imagined would clash. Bella Ramsey, once hailed for their bold portrayal of Ellie in Season 1, and Kaitlyn Dever, the rising star cast as Abby, stepping into one of gaming's most controversial roles. On paper, it looked flawless. Behind the scenes, it's been a complete nightmare. Rumors of feuds, reports of on-set hostility, and now, Kaitlyn Dever is quietly exposing everything. In subtle interviews and cryptic comments, she's shedding light on the chaos, the toxic energy that's tearing the cast apart, and the behavior from Bella Ramsey that insiders claim could sink the entire franchise. The worst part? According to multiple sources, Season 3 may already be dead in the water. Here's how it all unraveled.
For some reason, they made the decision for The Last of Us Season 2 to make Ellie dumb, to the point where she even says that she's stupid. Why? That just kind of betrays the character.
You changed up your impression at all, or is it pretty much the same?
Well, the noise is the same. I've not got any more noises in my back pocket. The new infected are pretty terrifying. They're so smart, and they haven't really got a noise. That's the whole point of them. They're silent and terrifying.
Ooh, give us a little silent and terrifying.
Yes, maybe we can prop it open with something and you can slide.
Whoa!
Oh my god, what? Is it getting bigger? Stop it.
No, seriously, what's with that?
It's fine, Joel.
Does it hurt?
Joel, please, you're making me self-conscious.
I'm sorry, it's just a little bit startling.
Normal head, Joel. Can we just get back to the door things?
It's planetary.
Leave it.
It's gonna have its own area code soon.
It's never any fun not being able to go to sleep, just like it wasn't any fun watching Last of Us Season 2. So, in the show, Ellie still looks exactly the same, but is supposed to be 5 years older. Also, Ellie still acts exactly the same. So it really conflicts with what the character is supposed to be portrayed as.
Season 2 was supposed to be bigger, darker, more ambitious than ever. HBO spared no expense, blockbuster trailers, a massive marketing blitz, fan anticipation at an all-time high. But while the world obsessed over teaser clips and cast reveals, insiders say the set was falling apart. First came whispers of creative disagreements, unexpected delays, directors quietly exiting the project, and at the center of it all, Bella Ramsey. Despite HBO's efforts to keep the drama buried, word started leaking out. Crew members frustrated, actors uncomfortable, morale on set plummeting. And as filming wrapped, it was clear the future of the show was hanging by a thread. That's when Kaitlyn Dever decided enough was enough. Fans couldn't help but notice something strange as the Season 2 promotions began. While Bella Ramsey dominated headlines, sparking debates with political takes and controversial interviews, Kaitlyn Dever stayed quiet. Media appearances? Kaitlyn kept it professional. Social media? Praise for the crew. Zero drama.
Down that road did you get in your mind about playing Ellie in a Last of Us film?
I think it just really felt like a big deal. The highlights of that time, going to Naughty Dog headquarters, I guess, and walking around with Neil and him showing me how the game is made.
But it was what she didn't say that caught everyone's attention. Behind the scenes, sources say Kaitlyn was fed up. not just with the tension on set, but with how Bella allegedly hijacked the narrative surrounding the show. The signs were everywhere. Red carpets where the two barely exchanged a glance. Press junkets filled with awkward body language and forced smiles. The internet took notice. Speculation about a rift spread like wildfire. But according to insiders, the reality was worse than fans imagined. The breaking point came with a single, now infamous interview clip. What should have been a routine promo for The Last of Us Season 2 quickly turned into an uncomfortable, viral disaster. Bella Ramsey, seated front and center, derailed the conversation with divisive political commentary, activist sound bites that immediately split the fanbase. Their energy? Defensive, dismissive, overpowering. Meanwhile, Kaitlyn Dever sat quietly beside them, arms folded, eyes cast downward, her expression frozen. The awkward exchange lasted only minutes, but within hours, it was everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, body language experts broke down every frame. Kaitlyn avoiding eye contact, clenched jaw, subtle discomfort every time Bella interrupted. Fans weren't just speculating about drama anymore. They were convinced the cast was falling apart, and Season 2 was in serious trouble. The interview was supposed to build excitement. Instead, it exposed the cracks in the show's foundation. But it didn't stop there. Leaked footage from early screenings soon hit the internet. Behind-the-scenes clips mysteriously surfaced. Before HBO could react, side-by-side comparisons flooded social media. Millions of views within days. On one side, Caitlyn Dever as Abby, intense, complex, emotionally raw. Even skeptics admitted she nailed the role. On the other side, Bella Ramsey's portrayal of Ellie, criticized as forced, flat, and awkward compared to Season 1. The internet was brutal. Is this the best they could do? Why does Ellie feel so off this season? Kaitlyn carried that entire scene. Soon, the conversation wasn't just about performances. Bella's off-screen controversies, their social media rants, clashing with fans, rumored tension with the cast, became impossible to ignore. Suddenly, The Last of Us wasn't about survival. It was about scandals, backstage drama, and one star seemingly sabotaging their own success. Industry insiders finally started talking. Anonymous crew members, production leaks, unflattering headlines. The stories were consistent. Bella Ramsey, difficult to work with, combative with directors, dismissive of co-stars, and the harshest critique? Reports that Kaitlyn Dever herself called Bella's behavior a disaster for the production. Some insiders claimed Bella constantly clashed with leadership. Others described an alienating attitude toward cast and crew. Meanwhile, rumors began to swirl. The Last of Us Season 3? Quietly shelved. The studio? Fed up with the infighting? The blame landing squarely on Bella's shoulders. At its core, this feud was never just about acting styles. Bella Ramsey, outspoken, politically charged, relentless on social media. Kaitlyn Dever, reserved, focused, professional, avoiding the spotlight. The ideological clash fractured the cast. Tensions bubbled over in rehearsals. Producers scrambled to maintain order. The set that should have been a creative playground, instead, it became a battleground of egos and divided beliefs. The consequences were inevitable. Studio executives, backing away from Bella Ramsey, casting directors, quiet warnings, labeling them a high-risk liability. HBO, silent on the future of The Last of Us. Meanwhile, Kaitlyn Dever's career trajectory, skyrocketing. Respected for her professionalism, landing new projects, distancing herself from the controversy, the writing's on the wall. For Bella Ramsey, the future of their career is dangling by a thread. Unlike Bella, Kaitlyn didn't need viral rants or social media spats to make her stance clear. She chose silence. But in Hollywood, silence speaks volumes. While Bella dominated headlines, sparking outrage, clashing with fans, fueling the chaos, Kaitlyn took a different path. Interviews? She kept it strictly about the work. Press events? Praised the crew, avoided the drama. Mentions of Bella? Non-existent. Industry insiders say this wasn't an accident. Kaitlyn made it clear she wanted no part of the mess. And it worked. Executives applauded her maturity. Casting agents lined up future roles. Producers praised her professionalism. Meanwhile, Bella Ramsey, struggling to escape the fallout. Kaitlyn Dever emerged as the unexpected winner, respected, in demand, and untangled from the chaos. What started as one of TV's biggest success stories has spiraled into one of its messiest disasters. Season 1 was a triumph. Critics raved, audiences obsessed. The franchise's future looked unstoppable. Season 2, a train wreck of egos, politics, and on-set conflict. The results? Viewership slipping, merchandise sales lagging, TLOU3 rumored to be shelved indefinitely. And at the center of it all, Bella Ramsey's polarizing presence. Could this have been avoided? If egos were checked, if activism hadn't overshadowed storytelling? Fans, insiders, even industry veterans are all asking the same question. Did Bella Ramsey's behavior sink HBO's crown jewel? Meanwhile, Caitlyn Devers' poised, drama-free approach has turned her into a rising star the industry is eager to work with. Bella's downfall may have started on set, but it's playing out publicly, painfully, and in slow motion. The show that promised to launch her to superstardom might just be the project that ends it all, but now, we want to hear from you. What's your take on all this? Do you think Bella Ramsey has officially sabotaged her own career with the endless controversies, fan backlash, and on-set drama? Has her outspoken attitude and off-screen behavior finally caught up with her? Or do you believe she's simply being unfairly targeted by internet outrage and behind-the-scenes politics? And what about Kaitlyn Dever? Was her calm, professional approach a masterclass in how to survive a Hollywood scandal? Or do you think she played a bigger role in this feud than the headlines suggest? Did Kaitlyn subtly expose the truth? Or is she just distancing herself from a sinking ship? And the biggest question of all, can The Last of Us ever recover? Or has the once-beloved series crumbled under the weight of egos, clashing politics, and relentless fan wars? Do you believe there's still hope for a Season 3? Or is this franchise officially dead in the water? We want your unfiltered takes. Drop your thoughts, theories, and hot takes in the comments below. Don't hold back. We're reading them all. And remember, the best, boldest, and most savage comments, we'll be featuring them in our next video. So speak your mind. Your opinion might just take center stage in this ongoing Hollywood meltdown. Thanks for watching. And trust me, this TLOU drama, it's only just beginning.